The real rivalry, Imaad. Welcome back. So very good weekend for Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Watford 2, and you guys are in the top four now. How do you feel about that game?
Finally, man, I don't remember the last time we were in the top four, and yeah, I mean, I was really doubtful about this whole Arteta thing. I mean, I still feel like everything kind of like he can still blow it. Like, I don't want to get too carried away because I know it's been like a really good couple of months for us. I think 10 Premier League games, eight wins in the last 10 Premier League games. I think just a defeat against City
Hmm.
and a draw against Burnley at home. So, I mean, overall, I guess that's a really good return, but I don't want to get too carried away. Still a lot of tough games to come. I mean, 3 games in hand that we have against United, Spurs, and is it Chelsea or Liverpool? Chelsea or Liverpool? I mean, yeah, but we still have to
Hmm.
play those 4 teams.
Right.
We still have West Ham away. You know, a lot of tough games. A lot can change, and I mean, look, we bottled it like from these positions before in the past under Emery when it was in our hands. So I don't want to
Get
get
carried
too
away.
carried away. But
No,
as
I
of
think.
now, it's all looking really good. And like, I mean, just going back to the game like against Watford, I mean, like that was literally like that was like Wenger ball. That was like a Arsene Wenger game, like because it was like we were conceding and scoring, free flowing football. I mean, that literally felt like it wasn't like like I was expecting a 1-0 or like a 2-0 and like a solid defensive performance, but it was really nice to see some free flowing attacking football after a while. You haven't seen that much under Arteta, and yeah, it felt good. I mean, obviously the 3 points absolutely essential.
Yeah, I think the two goals that you scored, obviously the first goal was an absolutely great team goal, but after that, the second and the third, I think like Watford made a mistake at the back. You guys won the ball back. And then from there, it was just three, four touches and then like a phenomenal finish. I feel like both Saka and Martinelli, like they are really like they are in good form as of right now. And I think like they are, you give them half a chance and they're going to put it in at the moment. And I think that's the biggest difference between when United played Watford the week before and when Arsenal played Watford. We had tons of chances. We peppered them, but we couldn't finish any of them. And Arsenal, three chances, three great goals.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did create a lot more than we usually do. I mean, not necessarily like clear-cut chances, but we were playing some really good free-flowing attacking football, one-touch passing. When you play like that, you're always gonna cut your opposition open. You're gonna have half chances. You're gonna have chances, and that's what it was. I mean, even the Saka thing. I mean, it was just. I mean, I was good old Tom Cleverley really helping us out there.
Yeah.
Lost the ball, and it was clinical. I mean, like even the third goal that Martinelli scored. I mean, it was a pre-assist for Arteta. I don't know if you saw that, but
Right, right. He,
he
he
came out
grabbed
of
the
his
ball
technical area, and yeah,
for a
that's
quick
that's
throw in.
one of the best. That's one of the best in-game things I've ever seen Arteta do.
You can
I
give
mean,
him
yeah, but
credit for that.
credit to him. Generally speaking, I mean, look, the fact that we're even in like in a race for top four and it's in our hands is pretty incredible. I mean,
See,
considering.
I'll disagree with you there, man. Honestly speaking, like I know people are giving, I think Arteta deserves credit, but to be honest with you, like every other team has been so bad. Like if you can't finish above United this season and above Spurs this season, two teams that have sacked their managers, and like this is
I
one of
mean,
the
yeah,
worst seasons
you
we've
do say
had
that
in a decade.
you do say that right now, but I mean, when you look at it when the season started, I mean, United like
Oh
we just
yeah,
bought Varane, Ronaldo. I mean, obviously, like I mean, you people were talking about United going for the title. I mean, you included.
yeah.
So
It's all gone to the
I
dogs though.
mean,
Our season's been
so
really poor.
definitely. I mean, yeah, the other teams are really poor. But to be honest, Arsenal aren't great either. We're not nowhere near the finished article. I mean, we still make like mistakes defensively, which is supposed to be our strong point. We're nowhere near as free flowing going forward. I mean, even though you did see it against Watford, there's no
Hmm.
consistency with that. I'm sure, like next week when we play Leicester, I mean,
It'll be a
they
harder
park the
game.
bus,
Watford
they
are
make it
poor.
hard for us. Yeah, they make it hard for us, and I mean, we might struggle to break them down. And I mean, and all these decisions Arteta made, like letting Aubameyang go, like it's all working out, like and looks rosy right now. But one injury to Lacazette, or if he goes on a run of form where can't find the back of the net for a long time, and he starts playing like piss poorly, and we struggle to score from other avenues, and Aubameyang's continuing to bang the goals in for Barcelona. It's really gonna come like it's not gonna look good on Arteta.
Right, but
Um,
speaking of Lacazette, though, like I thought he played really well. He linked up play really well, and I know he doesn't score all the goals. Like he's not the greatest. Like let's just say he's not a striker who'll get you 20, 30 goals. But I think his link up play is pretty was pretty up there against Watford. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah, it was really good. I mean, definitely. I mean, his assists for the goals were brilliant, and honestly, that's what he's in the team to do. I mean, he's not like. I mean, we know that. I mean, when we first signed him from Lyon, we thought he could be that striker who would score 20 goals a season. I mean, never thought he was gonna get a like a goal, like a golden boot or anything, but like. But like now we've just come to accept that he's not even going to be a 10 goal a season striker. I mean, you just have to accept that he's just there to let players like Saka, Odegaard, and Martinelli just run in behind him and like let them thrive. And it is a
Right.
selfless role. And but I mean, yeah, it will. The only time it's going to be a problem is when your players like Saka and Odegaard and Martinelli aren't delivering, and then you need your striker to deliver. I mean, right now it's the only competition we have is the Premier League, so I'm not too worried about like I mean injuries. Touch wood,
Hmm.
everything
Right.
stays good so far. But Martin Odegaard, man, he's actually been a real revelation, and like he has. I mean, I think for 30 million, I mean, he still lacks a bit of consistency, but I think for 30-35 million in today's market, man, I mean, that's a steal, and like
It's
he's
a good
adding
buy for
goals and
sure.
assists to his game, and yeah, and you can see what like the way that I mean we're kind of like our team is and our attacking plays all goes through him. I mean, if he's having an off day, we don't have anyone else in the team who can do what
Who's
he can do.
creative, yeah, who's a creative player.
Yeah,
I mean, he's good, dude. He works hard and he's really good in tight spaces. That's what I've noticed. Like he's intelligent. He's an intelligent player, good in tight spaces, is able to play most of the more often than not, he'll pick the right pass and he rarely loses the ball, rarely gives it away, very good in possession. So I think he's doing really well. I think your team is just starting to click. Your defense is solid in general. Like Arsenal, I expect them to beat the teams they're supposed to beat. They're not going to easily drop points anymore, I feel like. And that's why, as a United fan, I'm worried because we're supremely inconsistent and we need you guys to be inconsistent as well.
yeah.
But
I mean, United have good individuals, but as a team, I don't really see what United are trying to do. At least with Arsenal, at least for the most part, we're going to defend properly as a unit. I mean, the thing against Watford was, I mean, we had quite a few players who won on it. I mean, I think Gabriel was having quite a
yeah,
poor
quite a
performance. I mean,
shocker.
he
Yeah.
looked really shaky on the ball. Xhaka wasn't looking great, but I mean, that's the good thing. I mean, like we had a lot of good performances in the team as well. And typically, I mean, when you have two, three players who don't perform, you don't like in the Prem, you don't come away with 3 points, especially like
Right.
in an away game. But we still managed to because we had other players to kind of bail them on. It's not like Gabriel and Xhaka did anything glaringly wrong that like nothing like leading directly to a
I think that
goal.
second goal was pretty much Xhaka's fault, man. That was pretty poor. That second, I think at
I
that
mean,
point, I think he was being
definitely,
careless
yeah, no,
to,
100%,
he
yeah,
felt the
hundred
game was
percent. But we
over.
still, yeah, it was shocking. I mean, it was shocking. You just like, I mean, all you need to do is play the ball down the line into the channels, like to
Mm.
Nketiah. He's fresh. You make him run. You win a throw in. But I mean, there was still plenty of time for us to win the ball back before. I mean, it was a moment
Right.
like, I mean, it was a quality ball to Sissoko. But I mean, yeah, Xhaka, like, I mean, that's the good thing. I mean, we're making mistakes in games. I mean, but like it's not costing us. I mean, Martinelli that red card against Wolves. I mean, it could have cost us. It didn't.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Lacazette missed like a one-on-one when it was 1-0. It could have
I
cost us. It
remember.
didn't. So I
Yeah.
mean, the team are digging in for each other. I mean, so it's good to see. I mean, I'm just hoping, like I'm just praying that we can get top four because it's been so long since I heard that Champions League music and
Yeah, I'm
just
sure, bro. Like, I know for a fact that I can guarantee you that Arsenal are finishing fourth. I can assure you that.
no, I don't think it's that much of a guarantee at all. I just told you the games we have. There's a lot of other tough games as well, and we really. I mean, if we get top four, I mean, I know it's in our hands, but we've blown it from these positions before, and this team is just one injury away. I mean, Xhaka. I mean, Thomas Partey gets injured, and we're in a mess.
Right.
We
Right.
we don't have anyone. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of work still to be done. I mean, fingers crossed that we can get over the line. And honestly, like for me, like Arteta is. I mean, I'm starting to see what he's doing, but I still haven't forgotten about the way he threw the cups away and the fuck ups last season. So I mean, at the
The
end of the day, if we
jury's
don't get
out.
top,
I think the jury's out, man. Like
yeah, I
even if you
mean,
get fourth,
I
all he's
guess
done is gotten himself another season. If you get fourth, I think that's the minimum requirement this season, in my opinion. If I was an Arsenal fan, looking at how poorly everybody else is doing and the fact that you're in
exactly.
no
But the thing
no
is,
Europe, out of FA Cup, out of Carling Cup, I mean, what do you judge him on? You gotta
I
get
mean,
fourth.
even he's already making plans for the summer. So even if we don't get top four, he's 100% going to be here next year. I think the
Mm.
board have just seen enough that the fact that we made a push and we put this run together. I think that's enough for them to
Keep him
give
in
him
the
a new
job.
contract. Yeah. So let's see, man. I mean, it still remains to be seen. Not getting overexcited like most of these top gooners are. Fucking idiots.
Hmm.
Like already hyping up like Odegaard is the best young player. And I mean, it was against Watford. Like, just calm down a bit. I mean, we need to like
You're right. Watford are really poor,
keep our
man.
feet on the
United
ground.
played them the week before and we dominated them. If we dominate someone, you
Yeah,
know
I
they're
know it's eight
bad.
wins out of it's 8 wins in the last 10, but still, I mean, we've got much tougher tests coming ahead of us, and there's
Right.
a lot's going to change between now and the end of the season. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting end to the season, and we'll see where it goes. But so, no judgment on Arteta yet. We'll see where things end up. All right, man. So we'll talk again next week.